Okay, so with that final flurry of legislation and debate, does that pave the way for an election now, Minister?
Well, not necessarily, Pete. You know, being a very active government, we've always got things that we want to get done. But obviously, this does go a long way to bedding down a large amount of this government's reform agenda for our first term. Thinking will increasingly go towards what we would do if we were fortunate enough to receive a second term. We've obviously begun a lot of thinking there and already started laying down the building blocks. You know, the announcements that the Prime Minister made recently about reducing student debt and locking in free TAFE courses for the future is the beginning of our future agenda. But in my space, in workplace relations, we're going to be talking a lot about the increased wages that our laws have provided in the workplace and the risk that Australian workers face if we see a Peter Dutton government, given the promises he's made to change those laws.
Do you expect to be back in Canberra before the election?
Yeah, look, that's certainly the intention. I mean, personally, I'll be back in Canberra in a couple of weeks' time, but for Parliament, the intention is to come back in February. There are obviously bills that we weren't able to pass this week, including the electoral reform bill. So there's plenty still to be done, but it is a really good thing, I think, for Australians that we were able to pass so many laws yesterday, dealing with cost of living, building more homes, keeping people safe, whether it be online or from anti-money laundering legislation. So I think it was a great day for the Senate to get that work done.
All right, just a final one in your wheelhouse, Minister. 30 seconds left. The independent review into secure jobs, better pay. Final day of submissions.
Yeah, that's right. So the submissions closed today on the review of the first wave of our workplace law reforms, Pete. We'll be having a good look at what everyone's got to say about that. But I think the evidence is clear that as a result of our changes, wages are going up, inflation is down, employment is up, and industrial action is much lower than it was under the coalition. So some good news for workers and employers, but of course we'll take a good look at these submissions.
We'll leave it there. Minister, thanks for your time.